Hey y'all, my name is Jillian and welcome back to Embody on YouTube. Today we're taking a little bit of a break, so if you've been sitting at your desk for a few hours or sitting or just living your life for a few hours and you need a little bit of a break, this class is for you. We're just going to go through a couple of quick stretches, something to reinvigorate your body, get you ready for the rest of the day. So grab 2 blocks or 2 block equivalents, like 2 hardcover books or something like that, and then let's get started. All right, so we're gonna get started first in a tabletop position, doing some cows and some cats. Are you cool with that, bud? So, in a tabletop position, hands underneath your shoulders, knees directly underneath your hips, gazing right in between your hands. And then on your inhale, cow pose. Put your belly button down towards the floor, broaden through your chest, gaze forward. Exhale, cat pose. Push into your hands, around your back, gaze at your navel. Then let's do a few more like that. Inhale, cat. Exhale, cat. That's just a nice little wake up of the spine, taking the time here. Just a few minutes, giving your body a little bit of a break. All right, then on your inhale, come back to a neutral spine tabletop. And then you're gonna take your right hand, chop the floor with it so that you're on the outside edge, the pinky side edge of that hand. Point the fingertips over towards the top left corner of your mat. Send that hand over to the top left corner of your mat. Keep your elbow lifted, but press your hips back. And you can rest your head on your shoulder if you'd like to here, but keep the arm active. So that means press the outside edge, that pinky edge, into the mat so that the elbow lifts and the arm is active. It's gonna give you a deeper stretch. Good. Awesome. And then slowly come back into your tabletop. And then you'll take your left hand, chop the ground, point your fingertips over towards the right corner of your mat, press the hips back, and you can let your head rest on your bicep. There's a cat battle going on, so in case you hear any meowing or hissing, they're just battling. It's just, it is what it is. And then slowly come back into your tabletop position. So from here, spread your fingers wide, tuck your toes, or you can untuck your toes and roll over your toes. Press up into your downward facing dog. Hello, Fiona. Pedal out your knees, shake your head, open and close your jaw. So down dog is an inversion, which means it brings a lot of blood into our brain, which can kind of help to give us a little bit of an energy boost, help to reset the mind, allegedly. And then when you're ready, on your inhale, lift your right leg up. Point all 5 toes straight down towards the floor for a moment, but then make the choice to open up your hips, bend your knees, stack your hips. But can you keep the right shoulder down so we get that nice little side body stretch? Take a big breath in. On your exhale, low lunge, step your foot in between your hands. Place your back knee down onto the floor, untuck your back toes, and then you can just rise up, shoulders over your hips. Great opportunity to adjust your pants. Then, make sure that your feet are hips width distance apart. So right now my knee is kind of falling in towards the center line of the mat. So I'm gonna adjust my foot until my hip bones are evenly pointing forward and my front ankle and knee are stacked in line with one another. Then pull your navel in, lengthen through your spine, take a big breath in, grab onto your left wrist. Exhale, little side body stretch, up and over to your right. So we're stretching the side body, but also down into the psoas in the hip flexor, which is a part of the body that can get really tight when we sit for a long time. Then from here, if you'd like to, you can grab one of your blocks, place it beside your hip, bring your right hand down onto your block and your left hand overhead, deepening that stretch just a little bit more. Good. Very nice. Bring your arms back up. Plant your hands down and then come into a half split. So again, if you've got your blocks close by, straighten your front leg, flex that foot, point the toes back towards the face. Then I want you to focus on pulling this right hip down and back. A lot of the times when we stretch our hamstrings, we focus a lot on touching our forehead to our knee or trying to fold really far forward. And instead, I want you to see how it feels to focus on lengthening the spine. So you're gonna push your butt towards the back of the mat. That stretches the top of the hamstring, and then flex the foot that stretches the bottom of the hamstring. At the same time, draw the chest forward as if you want to touch your chest to your big toe. Take a big breath in. On your exhale, low lunge, plant your hands down. Lift your back knee, downward facing dog. Lift your hips up and back, little pedal out of your knees. And then we'll do that on the other side. So on your inhale, lift your left leg up. Exhale, open your hips, bend the knee, get yourself a little moment here. I like to just kick myself in the butt. And then when you're ready, low lunge, step your foot in between your hands, place your back knee down onto the floor, and then inhale, rise up. And if you want to go ahead and place that block beside your hip so that it's already there, you can. Reach your arms overhead, pull your navel in. Think about squeezing the inner thighs together. That's going to help to pull that left hip back. Draw the pelvis underneath you. Take a big breath in, grab onto your right wrist at the top. Exhale, side body stretch up and over to your left. Good. And you might feel this more on one side than the other. I feel this a lot more on this side. And then if you'd like to go a little bit further, you can bring your left hand down to that block. And you can flip it to whatever height you want, and it might be different. On this side, I need the block a little bit higher. On the other, I can have it a little bit lower. Good. And then when you're ready, rise on up. Plant your hands or grab your blocks. You might slide your knee back a little bit as you straighten your front leg. So that's the other thing. Rather than sitting back onto the heel, can you keep your right knee and hip stacked? Instead, slide that front foot forward a little bit. Staying in that half splits, lengthening your spine. Good. Awesome. And then this time, just pull your foot back so that you're on both knees and grab your blocks. So this is the last little stretch we're gonna do. Just again, nice little reset for you. You're gonna set up your blocks on the medium height, shoulder width distance to one another. So when you put the blocks down, you wanna make sure that they're shoulder width distance apart. Then, you're gonna put your elbows on your blocks, press your palms together, slide your knees back, and start to lower the chest down, lower the head down. And you can bring your thumbs to the back of your neck. But if you're sitting back onto your heels, slide your knees back a little bit so that your butt's over your knees. Really nice stretch. And you also, if you don't have blocks, you do not need to use blocks for this. You could put your hands on a countertop instead, so with your arms straight, you can do the same kind of thing. Countertop, your desk, you can put a little towel down just so that your elbows don't get too painful. Good. And then when you're ready, kind of round the back, draw the knees in, and come on up. Whew. How was that? How do you feel? I hope that was a nice little reset of your body so that you can continue to do whatever it is that you're doing today, making this day whatever you need it to be. If you would like longer classes, if you want to check out the other things that I'm doing, feel free to go to my website. It's JillianElizaYoga.com. There you can find my Vimeo page where I have classes from 15 to 75 minutes. I have over 60 classes and counting on there, as well as all of my merchandise, my retreats, and my events that I teach all the time. As always, thank you for taking the time for yourself, for practicing with you. Listen to your body, be good to yourself, and I'll see you the next time. Thanks for playing.